Ugh, come on, cut it out. We're not your enemy. What's this? The mutant attacker can talk?
Finally, we got through.
That sounds like a woman. What's going on here?
Did we manage to get through to Atom? I got the passcodes for Atom systems from Tesset and forced my way into the receiver. I may have been too forceful. Sorry, I'm a bit tired.
Thanks, Eve. That was a game changer. Now listen up, Stein. I see. Test asks you to help her. Sorry for attacking you. I can't believe my comms were closed this whole time. I'm actually great with machines, but all this OS and the RAM, I let Tess handle all that stuff. I had no idea the comms even work like that.
Well, in this vast universe, you wouldn't expect to meet another MA pilot, let alone having to communicate with them. It's a small miracle we were able to hear him in the first place.
Well then, I just did as this young lady said and got Tess on the line right away.
Stein, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm gonna come pick you up, is what I love to say, but Atom looks like he won't cooperate. He's gonna need some maintenance.
Sorry, is that our fault?
No, it's thanks to that damn mutant, the one that created the dimensional distortions. I pushed Atom too hard when I was taking it on. Even before fighting you, Atom was in a rough spot.
Stein.
What's worse, the bastard escaped over to the desert side even. We can't leave the atmosphere with Atom's boosters in this condition. Without doing some repairs, I can't go after him. Wait, since Tess is in the desert side, she might be in... Well, I guess she's fine, based on nothing.
Jeez, how mean, Stein. In that case, why don't we take care of the boss mutant?
What?
We won't have any problem getting over to the desert side in G-SOPHIA.
True, that would definitely help.
Alright then, we'll go. I'll defeat that mutant myself. Excuse me, in that case, Stein, can you...
Understood. Here, take this. Go on now. With this, you'll be able to destroy parts of the dimensional distortions. Sorry for getting you caught up on all this, but I'm counting on you. And after that pointless boss fight, we get the G-SOPHIA's ultimate weapon, the Full Excel Burst. Just like the first game, the Full Excel Burst is a massive screen clearing laser. However, unlike the first game, you can actually keep your charge even if you get damaged or on the move. You can speed up the massive charge ability by shooting the energy ball that is above your head. Just take note that you'll need a full bar of SP before you activate this move. You'll need the Full Excel Burst in order to break through the cracked walls, which will still kill you in one hit because just like the purple swirly things of fucking death, the cracked walls also count as tears in space. So be careful. So that boss fight with Stein, that was completely pointless. It was fun as hell, but it was completely pointless. And the only reason why he fought was because his communications weren't set to output, thus he couldn't hear us. I would say that Stein was a bit of an idiot, but he's actually really smart. Or at least he's smart on the mechanics side of things, not so much the technological side of things. Eve needed to hack into Atom in order to turn the comms on. So if this dude got cyber attacked, he wouldn't know what to do. That's where baby Tesset comes in. She's the technology side to Atom. And also, Stein and Tesset are a weird role reversal to Jason and Eve in that Jason is more of the technology guy and Eve is more of the mechanics nut who fucks around with Sophia, whereas Jason's trying to improve his gear and his helmet and shit. And another thing is, while Eve can take 30 minutes to fix up the G-SOPHIA to full, Stein can fix up his Atom in about 30 seconds with his blood, sweat, and tears. And that's not hyperbole, there's something in his blood called sulfinium that will hulk out his tank to massive degrees. The sulfinium concentrated blood also kind of explains why Stein is freaking huge. I mean, look at him. He's the size of a house. Honestly, I don't even think he can fit in my house. He is that big. Okay, so this planetoid sucks. I hate this place. You got platforms that will spawn infinitely from the top of the screen, but you also got these other platforms that won't respawn. They'll just float casually about back and forth. You got to time your shots with the platforms that don't respawn, otherwise you won't be able to go forward. What makes this part especially bullshit is the depth perception. The platforms may or may not fall where you want them to fall, which could lead to you getting stuck. It's pretty bad, especially when you have to dodge some of the floating platforms because they can knock you off the other platforms that are settled. It's just a mess, and I think I fucked up here. So there's this one show on Nickelodeon called Fairly Odd Parents. Yeah, I know, redo. The developers knew they made this part bullshit, so they had to put 3 checkpoints around the area, just so that you don't have to restart the very beginning. Yeah, this part is shit. This part is even more bogus if you don't have Jason's Y blaster, because every other weapon Jason has can't pass through objects for some reason. Except for the whip, but that's short range. You also have to be careful not to shoot the floating platforms on top of the already settled platforms, because they'll set off shockwaves, and if you're near the shockwaves, they will hurt. But on the bright side, this is not Sonic 3D Blast type of platforming. That game is a real treat. I fucking hate that game. Well, it's a good thing Jason can cross pits diagonally. There were plenty of times where I should have fallen into the pit, but I didn't because the platforms were just barely touching and Jason managed to cross them somehow. Time to finish Divido once and for all. We're going back down to the desert side of the split planet. You might call it the Tatooine or the Arrakis of Blaster Master, even though there's a nice side. You may or may not find this place quirky. Well, not as quirky as Stranger, but still. Anyway, Jason needs to kick more mutant ass so that he can buy time for Stein to repair his atom. It's the only way we can save Tesset, and the last time I checked, Tesset was in between 2 distortions, and we can't exactly destroy those distortions, so we're going to have to kill the boss mutant making the distortions in order to save her. Lend me your power, I'm going to throw the spirit bomb at the wall, and the wall only. Yeah, that's a bit overkill on the spirit bomb, but that's what you need it for, to destroy these walls right here. Come on, just get back at full bar so I can use it again. There we go. As far as ultimate weapons go, the Excel Burst in this game is way better than the Excel Burst from 01. Based on the fact that you can actually take a hit and keep your charge in this one. This dungeon right here is the most dangerous area on Divido, and that's saying a lot. It's very reliant on this puzzle that has you going back and forth between different rooms, and it's really tedious. But there's a way to skip this puzzle, and it's really simple actually. To the right near the ice area, that's where the puzzle is, but if you go up and go further into the sandy area, that is your shortcut. This landslide right here, which you actually have to do the puzzle in order to get this thing shut off and get across safely without getting pushed back. You can actually dash across it with the shift up attacker. The dash ability is kind of broken. But trust me, this is actually better than doing the puzzle itself because it's tedious, and not only that, it's really dangerous too. And if you fail at that, you'll start at the beginning of the dungeon again. And yeah, the reason it's dangerous is because there's this one snow slide that will take you to one of the distortions themselves, and it's not good. So I don't feel bad for cheating this section here, and even then I'm still not cheating because it's in the game. And also, I can't dash infinitely, I have to wait for my bar to fill up. And even then, it takes a million goddamn years for that shit to fill up. But anyway, we're approaching the boss already, and sparing ourselves an extra 10 minutes of frustration. And this guy is quite the big chungus. So this is the boss mutant that made the dimensional distortions. This one gave Stein a lot of trouble, so be on your guard, Jason. Digrawler, who sounds like a Mixmaster DJ from the 90s. He can either be a really long fight or a really quick fight depending on how you go about it. Aim for the mouth when it's open, that's the only time he'll take damage. You won't be able to damage him otherwise. I mean, there is shooting his eyes, but that only stuns him. It doesn't actually put damage upon him. You can bounce items and other mutants back into Digrawler's mouth for extra damage. Digrawler is not really that hard, but he's kinda tedious. There is going to be another refight with Digrawler later on, but not as Jason. You're playing as somebody else, and they don't even have the luxury of having a blaster rifle of any sort, so they're just gonna have to make do with slapping items back into Digrawler's throat. It looks like the developers have played the 5th level boss from Ristar on the Sega Genesis, or Ristar, however the fuck you pronounce that name.
Damn it, this armor is tough. Even the Y blaster can't get through it. You'll need to aim for the inside to damage it. Wait for it to open its mouth before you attack, but it will attack at the same moment, so make sure you time it right. Between its attacks and the shooting spikes, it's hard to get close. Can you try to knock its attacks back? You know, like, kapow!
Knocking attacks back, huh? That just might work. I'll remember that. Oh, thanks for being cute and informative, Eve. Even though I didn't really need it, I just wanted to show off that you said kapow. You love Bruce Lee movies. Or that could have been a reference to 60s Batman, I don't know. Oh, shit. I forgot about the laser. Yeah, Digrawler has a massive fuck-off laser. If you get caught anywhere near that, you will die. Because it's a laser, and lasers always seem to kill Jason and the Sophia in one freaking hit for some reason. The good thing about the laser attack is, it's very slow, so that'll give you plenty of opportunity to get the floor tilings up. Digrawler's pretty cool. He returns in the boss fight in this game as well as in 03, so he's a fan favorite somewhere. Oh, come on. You know what? I take back what I said. Digrawler, you suck. Let me just finish the boss fight, please. Thank you. The only time where you can shoot him a lot is when he's charging up that laser. Oh, there is an Area G. Maybe there's a planetoid G4 after all. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Is this right? Is this thing even on?
I hear you loud and clear. Jason, how are you doing?
Stein, Tesset. Jason! Looks like you defeated that punk.
Sure did. Were you able to meet up with Tesset? No, about that. Even with the mutant gone, the distortions are still there.
What? Looks like things aren't so simple.
This is no time for chuckles. Are you two okay with this? No, I don't want to be a part.
Hey, don't worry yourself, Tess.
When I finish Atom's repairs, I'll come pick you up straight away.
So, keep on keeping on until then. but, Father of the Year, folks. With that out of the way, Jason, you should head to the next area.
Will you two be okay? Tesset seems pretty upset.
We can't keep relying on you. Besides, you've got things you need to do, don't you?
Jason, you should go. We can handle ourselves. Somehow. Stein is true to his word. If he says he'll get me, he will.
Tesset. There you go. You heard her. Good luck, Jason. Take care of the young lady, alright? Stein, you may need to work on your parenting skills. The baby's not inside the tank with you. How could you? Anyway, that's going to be the end of Part 9. Tune in for Part 10 of Blaster Master 02.